We're up and running.
All right, so I was logging in my hours for work the other day, and
Your work for driving?
yeah, driving the shuttle around campus. Again, driving a minivan around a college campus. I've been doing it for about a year and a half now, and I saw a little thing like a career summary on my timesheet, and I was like, oh, I'm interested. Let me look at that. And I clicked on it, and I saw
like in a video game when they're like, "This is your progress so far," but in real life for driving a van.
Yeah.
Engaging.
And so I clicked on it, and I was curious, and then I saw my total hours, and I did conversions for how far that means I would have driven, because I basically drive the same amount every hour.
Okay.
Between now and when I started in January of 2019, I have driven over 6,000 miles.
Oh my god.
Around the campus.
Oh my god.
That is for reference, all the way from here, New York, from here to California, and then almost all the way back.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mindlessly at 10 miles an hour.
You could probably do that shit with your eyes closed.
Absolutely. This isn't real, but like maybe I or someone that would have driven the van has tried to drive with their knees around the campus for a full circle. Maybe they did it. Maybe they didn't. I'm not at liberty to say. Am I under contract? Perhaps. Who's to say? I wouldn't.
It doesn't matter. This is all hypothetical.
Okay, then I totally did that. It was super cool, but I would never do it again because I was really close to hitting people. But yeah.
Dude, I remember when I saw someone driving with their knees for the first time, and I think I was just confused.
Yeah?
I was like, why the fuck would you do that?
Dude, when you're driving 6,000 miles at 10 miles an hour, you get bored and you try to change it up.
Okay, that's not the point. I'm not talking about a van like that. I'm talking about someone who's driving on like a main road where they're going like 50.
Oh yeah, it's pretty dangerous.
And he's like, dude, watch this. I can drive on my knees. And I'm like, but you have hands. You don't have to do that.
They're like, what hands? And they take up two stumps.
I've known you my whole life.
And then you woke up. It was a dream.
Never had hands. But no. And then like every once in a while when I'm driving, I would try it for a couple of seconds because I'm like, he did it.
Dude, that's so dangerous. Why would you do that?
I can fucking do it because he did it. That means I could do it too.
Damn.
But it's not that hard until you have to turn. And then
you can set it up for that though. Like if you know you're about to turn, you can like usually it's at like at a stop or something like that, and you just like there's a system. You scrunch your knees together in a certain way, and like you can really do it. But you got your knees somehow have to have a really good grip on the wheel. That gorilla grip knee.
Yeah, I haven't been working on my knee grip recently. So
dude, that's the one muscle group that I work at the gym every single day.
Dude, I know I've been slacking a little bit. It's pretty tough.
Yeah,
but everyone's always like, dude, your knees aren't grabbing very hard.
Knees, ears, and toes. That's what you do at the gym.
I mean.
It's the holy trinity of workouts.
I mean, that's the song: head, shoulders, knees, ears, toes.
So, ouch! Is Who Asked.
The most inconsequential show on the internet, baby.
I am Alex,
and I am Aaron.
It's been so long since we've done this.
Yeah, it has been a while since we have recorded. Well, it's not actually been a while since we recorded an episode, but it has been a while since we put one out.
That's true. Yeah.
And we could talk a little bit about that before we get into it.
Yeah.
We have been recording over the summer.
It was pretty hype.
Yeah, it was going pretty well. We enjoyed it. We think there were other people that were enjoying it as well.
Our quality definitely increased over time, as we got more into it. But then we went to school, and we had more. We recorded a little bit more in school, and like some of them were pretty good, but some of them felt a little just like not up to our standard, and we didn't want to just be pumping out just okay episodes. And so especially because like we were stressing out with homework and school and work and everything, that it made sense to just take a little mini hiatus.
Yeah. That's basically about it. And actually it's funny because my school went on a strike that was sort of focused towards working towards racial equity and getting action from the administration. And you would think, hey, that's sick. No classes or anything. That's got to be low stress. I'm here to tell you it was not. In fact, it was more stressful. It was good. It was great. It went towards a really important cause, and I'm happy that we all did it, most of the student body in my school. But the greater point being, it just everything wasn't conducive to getting out the content that we want to be making for people who listen.
Yeah, and, we want to make the best stuff for you guys, and we just want to have fun with it. And we felt like we weren't going to be able to do either of those things in the current conditions, so we waited a little bit, and now we're home. And we're here, we're together, we feel like we're back in it. We're also wearing masks, because we want to be safe.
Yeah, so also you might hear wheezing from me because the mask in combination with my asthma and the allergies from my cat just makes me have to breathe so large.
You also have a beard, and that's tough.
I love my beard. Don't fucking hate on my beard. Also, there's a second thing about why we stopped making content that I feel like we should definitely touch on, which is the format by which we were delivering our content, which was sort of in a more concrete list run through sort of way. Yeah. And the way I was sort of looking at it, and I think Alex probably shared this, was when we decided how to first make our content, we were sort of doing this give and take between not wanting to like run dry in our conversations and wanting the conversation to be free flowing and sort of spontaneous. And when we started out, considering we weren't practiced in podcasting, we're still hardly practiced, but we are a little more. We're
seasoned veterans. So. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm actually an expert. Get out of my site.
I prestiged in podcasting.
This is actually my Smurf account for podcasting.
Anyway, so I'm
level 100 in my other account.
Shut the fuck up. We gave on the free-flowing aspect to make sure that we could get content all the way through the episode. But we got to a point where trying to come up with these weird ideas for concrete lists, it didn't feel right. It felt forced. We were struggling to come up with things, and we really wanted in this podcast to be doing things that were sort of allowing us to just converse, because what those lists were really just mediums for us to get our comedy out.
Our stupid opinions and our stupid ideas out. And there's other ways that we can do that. It's just going to be like a little bit more free-flowing. We're still going to have our stupid ideas and our stupid opinions, and that's going to be the mainstay of what we do. But we're trying to, at least in our next few episodes, we're trying to switch up the formula a little bit, not by too much, but just make it a little bit more free-flowing, a little bit more conversational, and not just structured lists every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll still have some effect of some of those kind of things, but we're going to change it up a little bit, and we'll see how things go.
Yeah, and we're not taking away the psychology bit. There'll still be would you rathers. Like Alex said, still some lists. We're really just reversing the give and take of, we're taking out the risk of running dry because we feel confident about that in getting more free-flowing, open conversation that allow us to go more places and not feel like we're locked in.
Yeah. But bottom line, we're gonna change up our format a little bit. See how it goes. We're just going to be a little bit more conversational.
Yes, sir.
We're still going to be dumb. We're still going to be stupid. And that's the Who Asked guarantee.
Yeah. But it's inconsequential as fuck, and that's the tagline. And all that being said, let's get into the fucking content.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. I want to make one more really quick point, is that I listened to another podcaster say, really popular podcaster say, that like when you have these conversational podcasts, a lot of times you end up just saying the same ideas that everyone says and everyone hears all the time. And I don't want to fall into that. Like, I still want our podcast to be like original and like not just like reiterating the same ideas that everyone thinks. So that's a hurdle that I have in mind, because like it's not an interesting podcast if we're just saying things that everyone says.
Yeah, we're really we're breaking the system.
Yeah, this is revolutionary. A conversation. It's fucking wild. Anyway,
but it'll also be inconsequential. Again, the Who Asked.
Don't forget. Oh my god! Don't forget.
You're crying. What do you?
It's just so important to me. It's so inconsequential.
Okay, you're such a sad man.
I'm not an actor. Anyway, let's get into the fucking content. So what are we talking about on this first episode in our new chapter?
For our first part, we're just gonna, it's, at least we're recording this, it's like a day or so after Thanksgiving. It's
Sir, it's like 4 days after Thanksgiving at least.
what year is it?
Future. Okay,
It's 2050, but it's still like a day or two after Thanksgiving. Yeah, we're just gonna generally be talking about Thanksgiving a little bit. We're gonna have a psych thing. We'll still have a would you rather later, but we just want to have a conversation.
Yeah. Firstly, Thanksgiving, we should definitely touch upon the fact that it's fucked up.
It's bad. It's bad.
You know what Thanksgiving is?
Bad.
You know what it is?
Bad.
Well, yes,
Okay,
it's
what,
bad.
what,
I won't
what,
argue with you there.
What?
We celebrate colonialism.
That's bad.
It's bad. Honestly, like, I mean, I understand why they made the holiday back then, because white people were only good back then, in their own eyes.
Of course.
But I mean, if you think about it, like when we were brought up, like we were only taught the whitewashed, beautiful story of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's what it was. The end. All right, time for the segment.
Okay.
Christopher Columbus was a bad person who did bad things. Genocide. Bad. We've actually talked about Christopher Columbus, haven't we? We talked about how...
we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, you're right.
I'd rock his world if I had the ability to.
I mean,
I'd kill him.
Holiday,
meaning I'd beat him up. Not that I would show him a good sexual time.
Well, you could do that too, though, if you wanted to.
If I wanted to, I won't.
Like, I could totally fuck Christopher Columbus good if you really wanted me to, but, like, I'd prefer to beat him up.
I'd prefer to kill him. He's a bad person.
But I'm pretty good in bed. Like,
rape, pillage, genocide, but also, I can give him the work. We'll see how it goes.
But also, Christopher Columbus he's not that related to, like, he's kind of related to Thanksgiving, but it's more the Pilgrims.
I guess, yeah.
Like, Christopher Columbus has his own day. It's not like they make Christopher Columbus Day, and then they're like, oh, but we need a second one. Oh, Thanksgiving, oh my god. No, but, and, like, you know, a lot of people have stopped calling Christopher Columbus Day by that, and they now call it Indigenous Peoples Day,
yep,
which is a much better name, and what it really should be recognizing. And
I just thought we'd bring up that this is a bad this is there are better, like, obviously we can focus on Thanksgiving, we could focus on thankfulness, and we could focus on like the actual things that we see in here today, and you know, for our family, our friends and stuff like that. But also, just as long as we know and acknowledge that Thanksgiving itself is rooted in a lot of bad things, and we can, as long as we're aware of that, we can do something about it.
Yeah. And it's just, like, it should be used in school as a way to be taught about the fucked up things that we did in order to get the land that we live on.
Yep. Instead
of us being like, we had this peaceful, nice dinner with the Native Americans, which we just fucking didn't. Yep. Anyway, on to less serious aspects of Thanksgiving.
Turkey's not good. Turkey is just fine.
That is tough. That is tough.
Turkey is just okay. Like, it's... I feel like it doesn't have to be necessary.
You know, I actually read an article that said people who think turkey's just okay aren't very good in bed. That's really strange.
Really? That's such a weird article. Can I see it? Can you credit your source for me real quick?
Yeah, it was BuzzFeed.
Oh god, BuzzFeed. It's the most credible source.
You know BuzzFeed would write an article like that.
Yeah. Yeah, BuzzFeed can write anything, and I would believe that they wrote it. I won't believe them. I just will believe that they wrote it.
They're desperate for content. We're not. But expand more on this notion of turkey's not that great.
It's a lot of effort for a really bland food. Like, you know, there's probably really good recipes for it, and there's probably some people have like really good ways of serving it that taste better. But at least in my own experience, all of the turkey that I've had on Thanksgiving is super bland, and it took a lot of effort to get there. Whether it's like deep frying it or putting it in the oven, or just like all the marinade and just like the prep and everything, and like the scramble to get a turkey around Thanksgiving time. It's just so much work for a really bland food. Like, we have turkey all the time for like cold cuts and things like that, but like, you're never hankering for turkey, you know? Right? Right? No. Yes, no. I need a yes, no.
Just wake up in the morning and be like, damn, I need some fucking turkey. Gotta hop onto the deli for my morning turkey, baby.
I eat turkey in the morning. I eat turkey at night. I don't eat anything else but turkey. You know, I work my 9-to-5 job. I'm in the depths of my dead end office job. 2 p.m. just typing away. It's like, Fuck. I could use some turkey right now. Nothing else. Not coffee, not water,
he's that
not
guy.
human interaction. Turkey.
He's that guy that always brings up that turkey was almost the national bird once.
God.
He's like, I don't know why they fucking didn't do it. We don't eat eagles. Who cares about fucking bald eagles? What are we saying? Americans are bald? What's so great about that? We eat turkeys. They're delicious. Make them the national bird.
Jesus. Yeah.
You know,
do you agree? Do you
that's
agree?
not my opinion, by the way.
No, that's your opinion. We're talking about you.
Shut the fuck up. It's not my opinion. Just cut it. It's supposed to be a joke.
You're not going to cut it.
You don't know that it's my... Okay, but I agree with you, mostly. I do think that there are some recipes, like... The turkey I had this Thanksgiving, had this, like... This rub, this brine, and it tasted really good, but you need to put... Like, there's like a... It's not technically gravy, but like... It's whatever liquid comes out of it being cooked in the grill is where we cooked it. And if you put it on, like, that tasted pretty good. But you're right in saying turkey in itself is not much to be spoken of. Right.
It's that, and not only that, it's just a lot of effort to get there. And it feels so like... I don't know.
Well, you know, but like... This is the same problem I have with turkey and chicken and other birds. Like, in eating one fucking bird that has bones and shit, and like, when it's not boneless, it bothers the fuck out of me. I hate eating it. I hate eating around the bones.
Bro, the best meat of any bird is right near the bone because it gets all the nutrients.
Like, just fucking take it out the bone and then I can eat it. I hate it's just so annoying. Like, I'll take, like... First of all, I'll try to get my fork into the meat, and then it's like all of a sudden, I can't actually get the meat off because I actually went to this little bone that, like, who fucking knew was there? I didn't. And then you finally, like, you're jostling around, you get a forkful off, you put in your mouth and you try and chew, and all of a sudden, crunch, there's another bone in your fucking mouth because you couldn't get it out when you were jostling your fork around just to get some meat off the bone. And then it turns out you spent 30 minutes trying to eat chicken, and you got, like, one fucking ounce of chicken into your mouth. Okay.
You're clearly eating around the cartilage. Don't. There's so much more of the bird that you can get. That's just meat. And yeah, sure. Sometimes it's kind of tough to eat around the bone, but honestly, that's where the Aaron just touched my foot and now we're making a big deal out of it. What do you want? What do you want to talk about it? You want to talk about it?
Deal about it. God, are you that uncomfortable with your masculinity? Jesus.
No, you touched my foot and then you looked down and then you looked at me and then like you pulled your foot away and I didn't pull my foot away. You're the one that pulled your foot away.
Well, I was just moving my foot because it's on my chair and I was just going to put it on the floor and then hit your foot and I was like, yeah. I'm not just going to rest my foot on yours.
Right. That's me being uncomfortable with my masculinity.
Well, you were the one that brought it up. I was like, oh, our feet accidentally touched. Fine, whatever. But then you're like, oh, no, I have to make a point out of it. My God. Anyway. 2 men can't touch feet without words spoken between them?
Fellas. Is it gay to talk? You're literally conversing with a dude.
Can you touch the feet of another boy without it being talked about all the time? I just want to touch the feet. I'm not into feet like that, though. I swear.
What are we talking about? Eat around the bone, bro. Oh. It's the meat around any bone is always the best because no, it's a science thing. There's a lot of nutrients stored in bones, and like when your body needs it, it takes it out of the bones, and like that's where you do it. So when the thing dies, and all the nutrients are there, it kind of just it's around the bone. It's around the bone. And so the meat around the bones got all these nutrients and it tastes real good. And it's like you're working for it. It's like an accomplishment. And then maybe if you're fork, knife, and spooning, like to get to that meat on a bone, no, you gotta pick that up. You gotta go in it with your hands.
I can get like a chicken wing with a bone, like that makes sense to me. Like I'm willing to do that. Mm-hmm. But like when it comes to eating a chicken with a fork and knife, just give me a boneless breast. Just give me a boneless breast. Like if I ever
So you're saying you're a breast guy?
Oh, huge breast guy. Chicken breast all the way.
Is this also the turkey guy?
No, two totally different stratospheres of people.
I'm sorry. Yes, obviously. I'd be crazy to think otherwise.
Oh, do you eat chicken on Thanksgiving? No. Point made.
Quick question. I'm derailing this entire thing. What is in stuffing? What is stuffing? I had it for the first time this Thanksgiving with my parents. My mom made it, and it was so good, and I never bothered to ask her. What is stuffing and what is in it?
See, I wish I could give you a detailed answer, but
make one up.
So I believe it has croutons, and sausage, and sometimes some fruit, and sometimes some nuts.
Oh, so there's meat in it.
I think so.
That's hype.
I don't really like it because I don't really like sausage.
Interesting. All right.
But I know a lot of people really like stuffing. There's always the debate between like stuffing and not always, but there's often a debate between stuffing and mashed potatoes.
Yeah. I could see that. They're very similar consistency, but obviously very different.
Between like which one is the better Thanksgiving side. And I guess this brings me to like one of my sort of opinions is that I don't really like either of them, but I specifically don't like mashed potatoes.
Interesting. Why?
I was expecting a stronger response from you.
No, it's coming. It's coming. I want to hear the full story.
I wanted to fuck you.
Before I vault over the table right now and we lose the entire recording.
Oh, and it's Alex with a steel chair. I think it's mainly...
I actually do have a steel... I have a metal chair.
You do. You actually do. You really
Choose
do.
your next words very carefully.
Don't break my mic, please. I think it's mostly a consistency thing. It just like feels like this mush in my mouth, and I'm like, and I like for certain things, like I'm fine with that if the taste is really good. Like my mom's homemade applesauce, really fucking good. Similar consistency. What the fuck?
The LeBron James is standing outside of Aaron's room right now. That's why we stopped the podcast.
You have to say shit like that. It just makes no sense. It's clearly Kevin Durant. Do you know the difference?
I really don't watch basketball, and I'm trying my best.
Listen.
There's a celebrity in the room.
I'm gonna assume that's a lack of basketball knowledge and not a racist sort of tendency of yours. Jesus, my God,
Mr. Garnett, I'm so sorry.
Mr. Obama, I apologize. No, but the lights flickered in my fucking room. We're still recording, so that's cool. Anyways, as I was saying, I do love, but I'm willing to eat applesauce, even though it's that consistency, because I love the taste so much. But I put mashed potatoes in my mouth, and I get the consistency, and then I just don't feel like I get much flavor at all. So I'm like, I don't like eating this.
You know, I can understand that. My mom, when she made her mashed potatoes, it was like from scratch. There was like, and I saw what she was putting like butter and like cream, something in it. She was putting other stuff in it, and like because of that, it tasted good. Like it tasted like good. Yeah. It wasn't just mashed potatoes. It was mashed potatoes and like other stuff in it that made it taste better. So I can understand that. But that texture thing, have you always not like creamy, softer, mushy food like that? Or has that just like always been a thing for you? Because I have a definite follow-up question to this.
Okay, what's the follow-up question? Just hit me with it.
What's your take on yogurt, just in general?
I like yogurt.
Or specifically 3 years ago.
What are you trying to bring up? I think I know what you're trying to bring up.
When Aaron got his wisdom teeth removed.
All right, this is bullying. This is straight up fucking bullying at this point.
Aaron got his wisdom teeth removed in high school. He missed the day, but he came back like 8th period or something to get some homework, and it was from me. Like I collected his stuff, and he was getting it from me. So he met me in the cafeteria where me and our friend were hanging out, and he came in and he was definitely still coming down from whatever the laughing gas or medication it was to numb the pain. And
I can talk about that after, yeah, but go.
He came in and my man was on another planet. This dude was like stumbling around, very slowly sat down. Hey guys, what's up? Alex, you got my... Yeah, dude, how'd it go? Oh, it was fine. I'm just really tired. And he sat down and he ate yogurt with us. I thought he was just picking up his food, picking up his homework, and he was going. But no, he stayed and he had his yogurt. And this man took 10 years to eat his little tiny cup of yogurt. And he was so slowly bringing it up to his mouth. And when it got to his mouth, he couldn't stop laughing. It was so weird. And we looked at him like, dude, you fine? You good? And he was just choking on yogurt.
I fucking couldn't get it in my mouth.
I
fucking couldn't. So here's the thing. All right. I don't think I took the whole wisdom teeth deal like particularly poorly. What I will say is that your mouth gets swollen so much.
Yeah.
And there's so much pain. At least for me, there was a lot of pain. And they're like, we'll give you pain medicine after so that you can take it if your mouth is hurting a lot. What I didn't know is that they gave me fucking Percocet
You got perks?
So I was just chilling with a bottle of perk in my fucking room, just like sitting there like, I don't want to take the Percocet, but I need it. I need it. And it's like, it's hard to maneuver your goddamn mouth when you get back from the surgery.
That was like same day as well, right? Like you...
It could have... I don't remember, honestly.
I'm pretty sure it was, which is why I was very surprised. Like, I thought I was taking your homework to you, like, after school. Like, I had the car, which is why
I have a very vague memory of that.
Yeah, I bet you were on perks, of course. And this dude took so long to eat his yogurt.
Okay, but when I immediately got home from the surgery, I couldn't even eat by myself. I had to have my mom fucking spoon feed me scrambled eggs. And I knew that she was putting, like, food in my mouth. And, like, I could see it. And I could see that, like, it would go in with eggs. And it would come in without eggs. I couldn't feel a fucking thing inside of my goddamn mouth. And so I would just, like, lap around in my mouth. And be like... and then my mom would be like, you have eggs all over your fucking mouth. And I'd be like, I can't feel shit.
Who put that there?
I have no idea. Like,
this is the first time hearing
At that point, it kind of seems like it's more on you than on me. Like, I dealt with everything that was inside of my mouth. Like, it's your responsibility otherwise. Yeah, I mean, there aren't, like, that many things you can eat. So, like, one of the only things our school cafeteria had that I would be able to eat at that point in time was yogurt. And, like, if I couldn't get all the fucking scrambled eggs in my mouth, one can only imagine how fucking hard it was to keep the outside of my mouth clear of yogurt.
So you took so slowly because you were focusing so hard on putting the yogurt in your mouth. And you still messed it up.
And I could get, like, not even, like...
I could probably ask Kira about it to this day, and she would probably remember that. That was probably the funniest lunch that we ever had.
Dude,
It was you, high as hell, trying to eat yogurt and failing.
Dude, but one thing I learned during that time, like that weekend, because I got the surgery on a Friday, and then I had the weekend to recover, was, like, I don't think I would ever get addicted on something like Percocet, but I was like, I see why people get addicted to this shit, because I was in a lot of pain, and then I would take one Percocet, and 5 minutes later, I'm just chilling. I'm just fucking sitting there. I don't feel a thing. And my parents were trying to wean me off. They were like, why don't you try taking 2 Aleve and then see how you feel? And, like, taking 2 Aleve, I'd say the pain was maybe, like, around a 7, which isn't crazy. Like, I was still able to, like, function, but I wasn't going to go to school.
But why take 2 Aleve when instead you could take, 2 perks and then be high as hell, slathered in butter, naked, on the cabinet, swinging a bat at your parents? No, Mom, it's mine. It's mine. You can't have it.
Why not down the bottle of Percocets and then be in the bathtub full of jelly and then screaming at yourself that you're peanut butter? Fucking incredible. No, but for real, it was like, say the pain was at like a 7.5, taking 2 Aleve would bring it down to like a 7.2. Mm-hmm. That's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna, why would I take medicine for that?
Right.
But Percocet would take it from like a 7.5 to like a 0.5.
To like a 0.5, but you also can't move.
I mean, Jesus.
Yeah. So I was wondering if your mashed potato. Yeah, we were talking about Thanksgiving. Remember that? So I was wondering if your mashed potato tendencies were similar to your yogurt tendencies from 3 years ago, specifically right after you had your wisdom teeth removed.
Well, the thing is, I enjoy yogurt, and that's why I ate it sort of out of necessity, but also because I like it.
Yeah.
Like that day I ate. I'm pretty sure they had what the fuck's the brand?
Chobani?
Greek yogurt. Yeah, Chobani.
Bro. Yes, absolutely.
Clap it up for Chobani,
guys. Let's. It's the man of the hour. It's Chobani. When I lived in an apartment this year at school. I obviously would be food shopping for myself. And one thing I wanted was yogurt for the morning after my workout. It was like I would have eggs and waffles and whatever, and if we have this, we'll have it. If not. But one thing I just wanted so much was just yogurt. It was such a small thing because so much yogurt is so sweet, and I don't really like that. I don't like sweet things. Yeah. But Chobani vanilla yogurt is like almost no sugar, and it's so nice because it tastes like yogurt and it's not sweet and it's good. but it was always missing. And it was always missing from the store. And especially when I wanted it.
You just go to blind rage in the fucking supermarket?
Yes!
Where's my fucking yogurt?
Yes, no, absolutely. I would actually Steve would come with me, like we would go grocery shopping together, and he'd have all of his stuff, and he would see my empty grocery bag and be like, dude, you okay? Like we've been here for like 10 minutes.
And you're just the Arthur like fist meme.
No. I am on my hands and knees slamming the ground. Whose dick do I have to suck around here to get some goddamn Chobani yogurt?
Full silverback gorilla mode.
No, but actually, it would be every other type of Chobani yogurt. There'd be every other type of brand yogurt, but there wouldn't be there wouldn't be Chobani vanilla Greek yogurt. And that sent me.
It's because, you want to know why?
Why?
It's the most basic fucking yogurt
yes,
you could possibly buy.
Which is why I like it.
That's why it's always gone, because everyone buys it, because it's basic as fuck.
But it's all I want. It's all I want, man. It's just so much to ask for.
I understand. No, I understand. Yeah, that totally fits you.
I make so many sacrifices in my life, and all I want is a stupid-ass yogurt, and I can't even have that.
Get this man his yogurt, please.
I look directly into the camera for only pennies a day.
I was about to be like, if you or your loved ones have any yogurt, please call 1-800-YOGURT now.
In the Alex just really wants yogurt.
You're just like,
he works so hard in school. He does everything he can to make sure that everyone else's lives are good and that he can help people. But all he needs is this goddamn yogurt. In the for just pennies a day, you can help Alex get his stupid ass yogurt.
Are you mesothelioma?
I don't know. Am I?
Answer me. What was I gonna say?
You want to get back to Thanksgiving?
On the other end of Chobani, like, I hated Greek yogurt because it was like literally tasted like plastic, like it was nothing.
Yeah.
But then these little Chobani cups with the fruit at the bottom totally changed the game.
I bet.
You mix it, and then it just tastes like any other yogurt. And Chobani,
it brings you back to the baseline.
And Chobani became the GOAT.
Right.
And I have Chobani in my fridge right now.
That's hype. That's hype. I don't need it now because, like, I didn't like. It's usually like my like nice one thing I have like after a workout and after stuff like that. But
yeah,
unless you want to go work out right now, we'll stop recording.
No.
Gotcha. It's also 11 p.m.
10 p.m.
It is 10 p.m. It is raining, pitch black.
But I don't even eat the Chobanis. They're actually from my dad, who eats the same lunch every fucking day.
Then why'd you even bring it up?
Because they are in my fridge. And I do like them. I will eat them on occasion, but they're mainly from my dad. He eats every day for fucking lunch. He eats pretzels, trail mix, and yogurt. And I don't know how you live a life like that.
That's actually great. Like, I wouldn't say that's a crazy thing if that was anyone but your dad. Your dad is super tall and he works out, dude. Like, he probably needs the energy.
He actually works out a lot.
Yeah, he probably needs way more than that. I mean, he's probably doing pretty well if that's what he keeps doing, but
I'm not going to knock it. Anyway, Thanksgiving. Yeah, there are some mashed potatoes that are good. Like, if you make them well, and they taste, I'm like, damn, okay, like, this shit goes. But, like, most of the time, it's like, I'm just putting tasteless mush in my mouth. Why? For why? I shall not. No, thank you. But a Thanksgiving food that I actually do really like is cranberry sauce.
Ew, dude.
I like cranberry sauce a lot. What I've come to realize is I really love sweet food, which is the opposite of you. You fucking don't like sweet food.
Yeah, that's trash.
Which checks out.
Get it out of my mouth.
Get that shit out of my mouth, yucky.
Yuck. Yuck.
Too many goils.
Too many goils in.
Anyway, not to reference another podcast.
I mean, like, people can like sweet food. I just personally don't like it. You know, you can do whatever you want to do. It's just, I have a lower opinion.
Is that what, does cranberry sauce fall into that category?
Yeah, I'd say it's too sweet for me.
Yeah, I understand. But it's weird because, like, it often comes out of a can. And, like, you can often tell by just looking at it that it came straight out of a can. Just, like, dropped right out of a... Because, like, if, like, for example, if a school is serving cranberry sauce that comes right out of a can, you'd hope they'd have the courtesy to at least, like, mix it up to make it look like it didn't come out of a can.
That's a lot to ask for.
But my school don't give a fuck.
Of course not. Yeah, that's...
Like, this is canned cranberry sauce, eat that shit. Take it or leave it.
That's the whole title. All of those words put together. That's that's like the label in front of the cranberry sauce.
What's this food? This is canned cranberry sauce. Take this shit or leave it. Okay, I'll take it. the thing is, I don't care. That's the point. I don't care if it comes out of a can. I just like the way it tastes. Like, to me, it doesn't bother me if it tastes good, and it tastes good. Yeah. And so, like, fuck it, I'm gonna eat it.
That's good. Yeah, I definitely respect that.
Like, Thanksgiving nights at the dining center of my school, cranberry sauce nights.
That's hype.
Because it's like mashed potatoes coming from a school, based on what I just described about mashed potatoes.
They were probably heavenly.
Absolutely the best thing to avoid.
There is a gun up on Aaron's head right now as he's... there's a Haverford symbol on the gun. That's crazy.
Honestly, like, school Thanksgiving dinner, like college Thanksgiving dinner, like, sums up everything we've talked about Thanksgiving food. Turkey, bland as fuck.
Yeah,
mashed potatoes, not good.
Yeah.
Stuffing, question marks.
What is it?
Absolute question marks.
We need answers. The government needs to give us provided these answers for us.
Corn?
Perhaps. Who's to say?
It's there because we need fucking something that people will eat. And cranberry sauce. If you don't mind canned food.
Yeah.
I don't. And yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good sum up. That was nice. That was very conversational.
Yeah.
We mostly talked about your wisdom teeth from 3 years ago.
Dude, I had so much I wanted to talk about on fucking Thanksgiving.
Hey, we'll talk about it next Thanksgiving.
Damn. Do you want to just go right into the... I mean...
We can do whatever we want. This is our podcast.
I know. I'm doing it. But we could continue on a little bit, or we could move on to the...
We could do whatever. Go.
But I'm prompting you for your fucking Alex.
Let's talk about one more Thanksgiving thing. What do you want?
Okay, do you have something particularly on your mind about Thanksgiving? Because I could talk about one thing.
Give me 10 seconds.
All right, 1. 2,
oh god.
3, 4. What do you think? I'm going to give them 10 seconds of silence?
The hand turkeys. Why do we do those?
Oh, yeah.
Why do we do those? Like, every kid and their mother can point to when they were... Every kid and the mother, they could point... When they were
fucking speak.
When they were younger, everyone universally has done a hand turkey, like, as an arts and crafts project. Why on earth? Why is this the one thing that every single person can point to and say that I did that?
You know, a logical person would say that it's just a nice, fun Thanksgiving activities to have kids engaged in the holiday, but it
doesn't look like a turkey.
I won't have it at all, yeah.
It doesn't look like a turkey.
That's my question, like... Who like saw a turkey and like saw a picture of a turkey and then put their hand up next to it and was like,
this is cash money.
This is it.
I'm gonna make millions off of this.
It's the same thing.
It's the same.
I see no difference between these two photos.
They're the same picture.
Like, no. Actually,
that's crazy. What's up with that?
Wait, actually, if you put like, this is like the back of the turkey and then the head.
No.
It kind of...
Shut up.
Now that I'm looking at it a second time.
He knows too much. Take the shot.
Kevin Durant, I swear to God.
That's all I wanted to say about that.
Yeah, no, it is a little bit strange. It makes sense if you try and think about it rationally, but like we don't have any of that.
Nope.
We just like to question shit without trying to
offer an answer. Yep.
Yeah, we're not here about facts.
We're only here to stir the pot and cause problems.
Dude, I don't smoke pot. Don't talk about pot.
You were on perks, bro. We can...
Prescribed perks, all right? That shit hits. It can hit if it's legal, okay?
What did you want to talk about?
You can borrow my medical card if you want. So
I think if I took 3-year-old perks, I'd die. Let's be clear.
I wonder how long does Percocet last?
If I had to guess, not long.
You can, if you happen to know, you could let us. You could send us a message. Send us an email.
Don't do drugs. I think we should just say, don't do drugs.
Drugs are bad, kids.
But if you do drugs, you can email us, whoaskedcast@gmail.com. How long do perks last? I'm asking for a friend.
Listen, everyone knows drugs are never the answer. Drugs are the question.
And the answer is yes.
Always. I wish that were an original joke because it's really funny. But,
I know, right?
What I was going to talk about is there are, like, whenever it comes to deciding what we're going to do for Thanksgiving for my immediate family, there's always the decision between going to my mom's side and going to my dad's side. And to put it briefly, one side is better.
Yeah.
One side is objectively better.
Yeah.
And if my parents are listening to this, which they might, I don't know. I think they know which side I'm thinking of is better. You can either spend one Thanksgiving having the cliche big political annoying conversation that no one wants to listen to, or you can go to Florida.
Or you can go to your dad's place.
Like, who doesn't want to go, like, it's end of November. Who doesn't want to go to warm weather?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to just go to the fucking pool on Thanksgiving?
I totally understand that. I have a very similar boat. Like, on one hand, we can go to one of my parents' spots, and that's with their brothers and sisters and our cousins, stuff like that. It's like, it's a very big side of that family, and it's like, it's the Asian side of that family, so like there's always like some really good food and just like a lot of stuff going on. Like, it's really good. Everything's seasoned. It's great. Or we can go to my dad's side.
That's tough.
That's all I gotta say about that.
That's really tough. That's tough, but I understand it.
Yeah. You know, one side seasons their food and it's good, and the other side is the white people.
It's the white people. That's why, I mean, those Thanksgiving experiences are why you might think turkey is bland.
Yeah.
Because of the white people.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that's where we were last Thanksgiving.
That checks out.
Yeah.
That shows the train of thought. White people suck at seasoning. Science-based reasoning.
Speaking of science-based reasoning.
Oh, damn! Look at that!
Woo!
Damn! I wasn't even thinking about that.
Too bad. We're done talking about it. Woo!
Yeah,
unless you want to talk about it, we can.
No, don't ruin your own segue. Don't unsegue your segue.
I'm gonna unsegue this shit so hard.
We have segued. By the way, who fucking decided segue should be spelled like that?
Yeah, that's crazy. I was like maybe 18 when I found out Segway was spelled S-E-G-U-E. That's crazy.
Well, there's Segway, like the two-wheel thing.
Yeah.
Like a hoverboard with a handle. That's spelled like the way you would expect Segway to be spelled. But they were like, okay, we have this word Segway. Let's spell it Segu.
Segu.
That will really make people happy.
You know, let's mess with them so hard.
That reminds me of, like, there's a TikToker who does these, like, he does a bunch of things, but one of the things he does is like words that annoy me and piss me off. And they're always like words that just are spelt awfully. Yeah. Like drawer or tongue. And he's like
you mean Tongu?
Yeah, Tongu. And he's just like, why the fuck are we putting all these extra letters in this shit? I literally can't. And it's actually fucking hilarious because when he did tongue, he puts up the word in the TikTok and he's fucking spelt it wrong. I was like, you're putting it right here in the history books. This is why we need to fucking change it.
Yeah.
Fucking, like, people say English is hard and they're right. And they're right.
Yeah, English is not an easy language to learn, especially compared to other languages. It's just much more irregular and harder to pick up.
Yeah, like, you have... If you learn like French or English, you have like verb conjugations and all that. But in English, it's not like you don't have like ER verb, IR verb, RE verb. Like,
nope. It's just all right. I see, you saw, we had seen, and like that's all. That's all these different. Those are just different stems. You know, those are different words.
What are you pulling up there?
Just very quickly, what I wanted to pull up was
a
thing we wanted to include in our new structure, and just
we were waffling blindly about language.
That was you, bro. You're the one that brought that.
I know. That's
I'm
totally
waiting for you to talk about the psych thing. Very quickly, we want to just throw in some shout outs. We always ask for get emails, and sometimes we actually do get emails. People email us stuff, and with our old system, it was a little hard to incorporate some of the suggestions and stuff. But we loved receiving the emails, and we want to do something about it.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is just take some of them. We're gonna give them some anonymous names because we didn't ask if it's okay to say their names on the podcast, unless it's Steve. I'm gonna tell you if it's Steve.
Here at the Who Asked Podcast, we don't care about consent.
No, we care about consent. But if it's Steve. And yeah, we just want to like bring up some fun stuff. So if you email us, if you comment on our Instagram or our TikTok or anything like that, you have a chance to have your stuff get heard on the podcast. Yep, that's what I'm gonna say. Let's see.
We're doing this to encourage people to give feedback because we want to be engaged with the people that actually choose to listen to our shit, like the 5 of them.
Yep. Awesome. And we're gonna jump in here. Can you give me a fake name for a girl?
Yeah, Allie.
I wasn't going to read Allie's, but we can't do that. We can't do that. You could have said like refrigerator, and that would have been fine.
Okay, Ligma. So anonymous girl Sugma says Sugma.
So refrigerator writes. She emailed us. This was one of the first emails that we got. And she said, "Hey, you guys are awesome. Thanks. Please make actual TikToks. I don't have TikTok, but I want this to happen. Thanks again." Thanks, refrigerator.
Firstly, why would you give a fuck if you don't have TikTok?
Dude, you can't just meme on refrigerator like that.
It's just honest opinion.
Refrigerator's one of our day one listeners.
That's like saying I'm blind, but make YouTube videos. Like, who cares?
Saying blind people can't use YouTube.
I mean, kind of.
We're making so many enemies right now.
They can listen.
I'm throwing my phone across the room.
They can listen to a YouTube video, but they objectively can't watch a video.
You're not wrong, but like,
my point is made. My point is undeniably made.
Yes, your point is undeniably made. I'm just saying that maybe refrigerator might get a TikTok so she can watch our TikToks. You know, like we'll learn the Renegade. We'll do all those.
Well, she didn't. I mean, if she wants us to.
Refrigerator told me in person. She told me in person.
I mean, the question is like, what is a real TikTok? What qualifies as a real TikTok?
Us clipping the show and then just shoving it onto TikTok is not a real TikTok.
I've seen that on TikTok before.
Yeah, it's our show. It's our dumbass show.
Well, I mean,
Hey, maybe if we got suggestions for what TikToks to do, we would.
Damn, you're really fishing that hard?
You can email us at whoaskedcast@gmail.com.
Damn, bro. Damn, that's tough.
I've put myself in this position. But thank you, Refrigerator, for emailing us.
Yeah, we
and
really
you're an awesome
that.
fan. Thank you. And if anyone else wants to get on that, you can send us an email, and we might read it out.
Yeah, if you really do want us to make a TikTok, comment on our Instagram or anything like that.
And we'll make Aaron do it.
We're happy to appeal to the masses. Mm-hmm. That being said, on to the next thing, which is the psychology topic. And we're going to be talking about... We were actually going to talk about something totally different that I'm not going to mention because we'll talk about it on a later episode.
And Aaron also didn't care to research it.
That's not relevant. Okay. It's not relevant. The main reason why I wanted to change what we were doing is because I was just lectured about this today in one of my classes this morning. And that is a man by the name of Phineas Gage. You might know him from Phineas and Ferb.
Damn.
He built shit, man. He was crazy. Y'all thought it was made up. You were wrong. Triangles fuck. So this is about the anatomy of a triangle brain.
Jesus Christ.
So this guy I think he worked in like construction.
This was also like the 1800s, right? Or was it the 1900s?
It was like mid 1900s, I think.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the date exactly, but basically he was working and a pole went straight through his fucking head. Like straight through.
Yeah.
It wasn't like stuck, it like literally went like clean through like bored a tunnel. And firstly, the most amazing thing is that he survived that shit. Like, the brain is incredible that, like, you can have something go straight through your goddamn brain and you survive.
Yeah.
Absurd. But most of the damage ended up being in, I think it was his right frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is the part of the brain that sits right behind your forehead, hence frontal. And it controls a lot of, like, your emotions. Yeah. And so after he recovered from, like, they did whatever they needed to do for him to recover, his emotions changed. And he couldn't control his fucking temper at all. And he just started fucking, what?
And isn't this how we we learned about what localizations in the brain. We figured out what each spot in the brain did based on different case studies, and this is one of them, right? Like, didn't we learn that like emotion isn't a big part of the frontal lobe because of Phineas Gage?
Yeah, 100%.
That must be crazy. It's a huge contribution to science. And it's like, my man wakes up from a coma and it's like, oh my god, it's a miracle. A whole metal rod went through your head and you're alive and talking? This is crazy. And then it's just like, oh, yikes, but he's an asshole. Oof, that's tough. We're gonna have to put him down.
Damn, why do we have to succeed? This guy sucks.
Don't you understand, sir? You're helping in the scientific community so much. This is like an incredible breakthrough. We're finding out so much about the human brain.
They're looking at his head. They're like, actually, looks like we made a mistake. We're gonna have to put you back under. They put him back and just start fucking bashing his head in.
Let's see if there's another. Bah! He wakes up and he's still an asshole. But now he like can't do math. It's like, oh, this is boring.
Oh, and that's on being humane. But
yeah,
it is, because before we had like PET scans and MRI scans, like those were the only ways we have now.
Yeah.
To figure out like what does what in the brain. So before that, it was just like what's damaged and what's changed about those people that have damaged brains.
Yeah, there's a bunch of famous case studies that we'll probably talk more about some of these, but yeah, this is definitely like in like you can't induce a case study. Like you can't be like, let's it's Stanley Milgram going to the review board in the 80s just being like, yeah, so we've done the obedience study about 25 30 times and I think it's time to change it up. I'm going to take this metal rod and shove it up some guy's skull. If he survives, we're going to see if he's an asshole or not. How are we feeling? How are we feeling about this one? You know what, you can do it 18. No. We're gonna cap it at 18. You can only do 19's too many. You can do it 18 times.
I mean, there is one study where like they do like by choice take something out of the brain, but it was to fix another like problem. I mean, it was totally ill-advised, and we'll get into it in another episode.
Is it a lobotomy?
Well, lobotomies are a whole other thing. But I'm talking about when they took out half of a dude's brain.
Oh shit.
Anyway. With Gage, he woke up and he had the damage in his right frontal lobe, and he basically had the shortest temper ever. Like, he was a total dickhead. It would just, like, explode at his, like, the people who were working for him for nothing and start cursing all that. And it made him lose his job. He lost his fucking job because they couldn't have him there.
Phineas, it's actually, Mr. Gage, it's actually really great that you're back here working with us, but, dude, you're really not getting along with everyone, and like things just aren't the same. We're gonna have to let you go. And he slams his fist on the counter. He's like, "What do you mean you guys don't have Chobani yogurt? Oh, I went through hell. I died and I came back to life, and you guys don't have any goddamn Chobani yogurt."
He starts turning green. Phineas angry.
It's Phineas with a steel chair. Get out of here.
No, he doesn't start turning green. His head starts turning into a triangle.
Oh my god. Hey, Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today.
But anyway, yeah, so that happened. And put yourself in his shoes, okay?
Okay.
You had a
god, these
rod.
shoes are huge. I'm already a 10.5. These are like a 12.
You know what they say.
What do they say, Aaron?
Big sucks. You had a metal rod go through your fucking brain.
Uh-huh.
You survived.
Uh-huh.
You go back to your job.
Mm-hmm.
They fire you because you're a dick now.
That's crazy. They should expect that.
What would be your next move?
My next move, obviously, would be to start a podcast, because clearly I have so much to talk about.
Fuck you. What would be your next move?
Probably try to find a new job, or maybe try to make something of my own miracle that's happened to me.
Well, you know what he did?
What did he do?
He joined a freak show.
I think I vaguely knew that somewhere in my mind.
He joined a fucking freak show. Could you imagine, like, people are like, damn, this dude, like, had such a serious traumatic injury in his life and had part of his brain taken out, and he somehow managed to survive. What a fucking freak.
Yeah, look how flexible these twins are. This is cool.
What a freak. Survived a traumatic brain injury? Fucking weirdo.
Fellas.
Can a man just run a rod through his brain without any
Can a man just survive a traumatic brain injury without being called a freak? Man, that's probably what he was upset about.
Apparently they fucking, like, they would have him, like, go around with a metal rod.
Wow.
And they're like, you see this thing? It went through my
That's sad. I did not know that.
It's just so unfair.
My poor man,
Phineas. It's also fucking hilarious.
Because, like, I want to blame him, because it's like, you know, you base someone off the content of their character. They're an asshole, but it's like, but he's an asshole, like, because there was a rod that went through his brain. He's missing the part of the brain that helps him be a nice person. So can I really blame him?
No. Damn. Also, it's like, you look at him, and he seems normal. He
looks like a
so
bitch.
like someone walking through like the carnival freak show will be like, all right, this person has like a really long neck. That's pretty strange. This guy's
wild, man.
This guy's super hairy, like he's the human monkey or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, this person has a really long neck. This person has hair all over their bodies. Like, those things are strange. This guy's just the dick. That's not
this guy's a medical grade dick.
Like, why is he here?
And he's like talking through the other side of the glass. He's in a glass box banging on the glass, and he's like, no, you don't understand. Like, I'm like neurologically like an asshole. You don't understand. There's like science and shit.
He like picks up the rod from the ground. You see this? One like that. But it's glass, so they can't hear him at all.
Also, the human monkey is in front. The sign for the human monkey is in front of him.
No,
we're cutting that. Anyway, let's. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it's just so tragic, but it's funny as hell.
So I guess our final take on Phineas Gage is, but
yeah, that's about it. Originally, we were planning to do a Would You Rather after this, but we kind of went. I mean,
you want to do it? We can do like a few minutes.
Yeah, we can make it a quick one.
Make it a quick one. Well, what do you got?
Would you rather be without elbows or without knees? This is a tough
knees.
One. That was quick.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't have to. I would rather have the ability to like use my arms effectively rather than to walk correctly. I can get a wheelchair.
Could you walk without knees? But if you had a wheelchair, your legs would be sticking straight out the whole time.
I'd be super comfortable.
Legs would be sticking. Think about how tired. Firstly, think about how tired your leg muscles would get, and second, think about how fucking difficult that would be to maneuver around in a wheelchair with your legs always straight.
Yeah, that's tough, but. You want to make a big deal out of it? What?
No,
what do you want?
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I would, but even with that, I would rather deal with that than have to like mess up with my arms.
Yeah, that's probably the right answer.
Yep.
It's just like if you had no elbows, like can't eat, can't write.
You can eat, you just can't properly use your arms.
You have to. Well, okay, then to eat, you would have to fucking. Do it, like grab something and then go straight above your mouth and just hope you can fucking drop it in.
Oh my god, I can't believe this is actually a thing that I have to talk about again, but it's in a lot of like Jesus retreats and like church camps and Catholic stuff like that, there's like an activity that you do that's like, oh, hell looks like a big dining hall with a lot of food and so many people there, and it's all your friends and everything. But everyone like has their basically they can't like bend their elbows. Their arms are locked, and you know they got all this food in front of them, and they can't eat. And that's hell. That's what hell is. And then there's like, oh, but heaven is the exact same thing in the exact same scenario. But those people, they learn to feed each other. So you can very easily. Of course, it's hard to like put up your arm and get the food into your own mouth. But even if your elbows are locked, you can very easily help someone else eat. And that's the Jesus thing.
We get it, dude. You love Jesus.
I can't believe that was the context in which I learned. But, like, that makes sense, right? It wouldn't be that crazy if you had to.
You'd have to have someone else feed you.
Yeah, but, like, say you and another person were doing that, then you could very easily feed each other.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
It wouldn't be impossible. In fact, it would barely be a hiccup.
I hear you. But, I don't know. Yeah. No, yeah, that's the right answer.
Yeah, cool.
That's the right answer. There's not a good argument against that, but my counter argument will be I will take no knees.
Me neither. I don't care.
No, you want oh shit, no. Wait, what? No, you wanted no elbows.
Aaron, you've been dead for 10 years. There's no one here.
I'm so lost.
I died in the car crash 5 years ago. You have to let go of me.
What year is it?
No, it's 2020. All right. I think that was pretty good. I think that was pretty
Damn, that Would You Rather was pretty easy. That's tough. But, yeah, I think that's good in that we can wrap it up now. Because it's been just about an hour. And
that's our usual time.
I'd be surprised if anyone's still listening at this point.
Yeah. Hey, Refrigerator is a day one fan. She'll probably stay on.
Oh, I hope so. I really hope so, because I feel good. I feel really good, and I'm really glad to be back. I felt really bad a lot of times, like throughout the semester of school, about not putting out content and not, recording and anything like that. So I'm happy to be back into it.
Yep.
With that being said, I have to remember our fucking tags. We have an Instagram, a TikTok, a Twitter, a YouTube.
We do have a Twitter. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, we do. I don't really know how to do Twitter that well, so it's not the craziest thing, but we do have one.
Yeah.
So you can tweet at us if you want to. It's all at whoaskedcast. We have a website, whoaskedpodcast.podbean.com. I think I said our YouTube, which is just whoasked ? And our last tag.
If you want to email us, if you want to be featured in our, we'll probably come up with a name for the segment for the call outs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you want to be featured, if you want us to talk about certain things, if you have general death threats or just, topics for the show, you can email us.
If you know any obscure fact about prescription drugs.
Specifically perks, and if they're 3 years old, are they okay?
We're also open to Xanax too, if you happen to know about that.
And you had a hookup. Don't do drugs. whoaskedcast@gmail.com if you have any suggestions, advice, topics. Advice. We want to do advice. And that's about it.
Yep. Thank you. See you next time.